So every year when I'm planning what Christmas gifts I want to make for people, I always try to keep an eye out for specific favorite moments, either from like movies or shows or sometimes just real life inside jokes and running gags and things. And once I latch onto something, I start thinking about how I can make that into a project. When we watched Dungeons and Dragons Honor Among Thieves with my sister-in-law, she got a kick out of Fat Dragon Boy, as we have hence dubbed him. He has a name, of course, but we don't care. He is forever and always Fat Dragon Boy. From that moment, I knew I was going to be making something Fat Dragon Boy related for her, for Christmas. The problem is, her birthday came first, and everybody else had the same idea. And when she unwrapped all the Fat Dragon Boy merch, she made a comment about like she had to remind herself of like, oh yeah, I almost forgot. And so I at that moment I was like, oh, are we milking this? Did we go too far with the Fat Dragon Boy merch? She doesn't even remember, really. Is it more of a running gag for us than it is for her? Well, that's too dang bad because I'm gonna milk it some more.
I still have one more gift to give you!
And at the current time of filming, this is what I have so far. I went through various iterations of what I thought I wanted. At one point, I thought I'd make one of my 3D posters of like the shot of him on the bridge with Zank flying over with a sword. But for some reason, through time restraints or just having other ideas, I decided not to do that. Instead, I was going to make a pencil holder. It is not a mug. At one point, I really wished I could make a mug because I just thought that'd be kind of funny to drink out of a Fat Dragon Boy mug. I don't think this is the right way of doing that. I need better materials and more skill. So it's a pencil holder. It's going to be. Obviously, I haven't gotten very far because I've actually had a little bit of trouble with clay. Some of the clay I got, this is oven bake dry clay, and a lot of it's really crumbly and hard to work with, and I don't like it very much. But then there was another brand that I got that was much easier to sculpt. That's kind of the black stuff. And then my brother just gave me some more that felt soft enough. Like it definitely is not as bad as this stuff. Like this, it just falls apart like as I'm trying to knead it, and like I'll be working on it for a while to try and get it soft, and instead of getting softer, it just crumbles into smaller and smaller pieces, and I can't work with this. So hopefully I'll be able to finish it up the way I started it. I made just kind of a cup of the type of clay that I didn't like as much, and then I covered it up with this black stuff that was easier to sculpt, and this is just kind of like the basic shape of it. And then now I still need to go over and like I'm going to add sort of the actual musculature of it. I'm gonna bake that, and then I'm gonna add more of the actual details and kind of like the skin layer and the scaling and things like that. This is one of my first times working with oven baked clay, at least on a project this detailed. So I'm hoping I'm approaching it right. I'm kind of approaching it like I would approach air dry clay, where you can add layers at a time. Because I think I've heard of people doing that with oven baked clay. I just hope you can't like over bake it. I don't know what would happen if I did that, but that's what I have so far. That's what I'm gonna do, and now we're gonna do it. And here is Fat Dragon Boy. Behold him. Behold him. All wrapped up and ready to go. Well, not wrapped up. That happens later. We're a week out from Christmas. I still have other projects I need to finish. But I'll get them done, even if I'm wrapping all of them on Christmas Eve. I'll do it. It's gonna happen. Anyway, yeah, so this is one fancy pudgy dragon. At first I was worried I went a little too heavy-handed with the weathering and the gold sheen that I put on him, because the final two steps was, of course, like kind of putting on some grease. I put on a grease layer and then dry brushed him with gold. And so at first I thought maybe I missed him being a little more vibrant, but then everyone who sees it is like, whoa, that looks cool. So I guess it worked out. Because it does look cool. It looks maybe a little more unified now, which is what I was hoping for. I can't remember if I got any I don't think I got any up-close pictures of this. I'll need to remember to do that before I wrap it. I guess I should just do that now while I'm thinking of it. Merry Christmas.